On the night of January 8th, 2016, I prayed to the Lord to allow me to have some dreams from Him. That night, I had a dream. I was in a college library with a friend who I know in real life, and we were both, in my dream, college students. Um, in this library, as I was passing through those anti-theft detector, to my surprise, something on the back of my hand vibrated subtly with a slight pinching pain. So I looked at my left hand and I could see a little skinny rod about half an inch long and slightly thicker than the thickness of a sewing needle. And somehow I could see all this under my skin. Of course, I was flabbergasted. I did not recall any time, anywhere that I have consented to this, of having this implant placed in my hand. My friend, who is like me, did not understand how that implant got into his hand. Um, so we started talking to each other, trying to figure out when and where we could have possibly got this implant in our hands. We were both confused. So we decided to talk about this further, and we moved to another area of the library. And I knew that for somehow I knew that they could hear us. So we sat down next to a table, and I pulled out a blank piece of paper for us to communicate in writing instead of talking to each other. But as we were doing this, as I was trying to do this, the librarian, which is a she, came to us, approached us, and said with an angry face and to leave the library. So we had to leave the library, and on the next scene, we went upstairs. It was a multi-level college building, and so upstairs they were holding classes. So this class, as soon as the most of the students were in the class and the class was about to begin, a student barged in and said something like this: to all those students who have the implant in the left hand, that is the mark of the beast, and you can remove it surgically. As soon as he finished saying this, he ran out of the class, and the security was after him. My friend and I was also after him. We rushed down several levels through the stairs to the street level. Down a few blocks, curiously, I found somebody I knew in real life and asked him, where did he go? And he pointed to an alley next to the street and showing that he was hiding behind or inside a cardboard box, and a woman was trying to hide him. And but it was curious that the security guards could not see him because it was so obvious he was there. And one final note in the dream is it made me aware, I guess, that this other person we knew, or I knew, uh, bowed down in salute if they were higher ranking than him when he was saying when he was greeting them. So I thought that was very curious. After that, I woke up. When I woke up that morning, nanotechnology, the word nanotechnology was in my mind because somehow it's in my mind, and I realized how small that little device was in my hand in the dream, and it was actually smaller than the one shown in this picture. It was implanted between the middle and the index finger, right on top and the back of your hand, on your left hand. Um, I also want to mention here that they are introducing this technology little by little as to not scared us off. If they were putting this on the right hand right away, people would reject it. Um, but now they're showing placing on the left hand just to introduce, saying that this is not really the mark of the beast, accepted. But as we know, as unpopular things gets introduced little by little, um, or stealth-wise, this is being introduced to us. And if they introduce that to you on the left hand, people will be more accepting of it because they need it. But this dream's telling me that even if you take it on the left hand, it's still the mark of the beast. And eventually, who knows, they'll switch to the dexterity hand, the right hand, where most people have the dexterity in the right hand, easier to use. Um, on that day, I asked for confirmation from Jesus, from the Lord. I had to pause this for a second due to interruption, but here, as I was saying, I asked for confirmation from the Lord. I prayed for confirmation because my dream, although I thought it was from the Lord, being the chip implant on the left hand, I wasn't sure if this is just my dream or from Him. So I prayed to give me a confirmation, and lo and behold, I got a confirmation that day. And as I was directed to the channel Jason A, I extracted some of the video out of his video recently that was published on the same day, January 9th. So take a look at it, see what you think. And also I'll be writing some links over here of another video that I thought it was also part of what he wanted me to put out. It is a little lengthy, so I'm just giving you a link to this video. You should really look at it, and see for yourself. Everything on this is pray on this, and then judge by yourself and see if this is true from your end. But as far as I can tell you is there cannot be a confirmation. I mean, this was a very clear confirmation from it. One of the video shows an implant on the left hand view, not right hand. So there we go.
So a few weeks ago, I had an NFC implant. So I actually injected, or I had injected an implant, a small chip in my hand, and we put my Eurobonus number into the chip. And today, when I passed through security and the lounge registration, I just waved my hand over the reader, and I could pass through. So no more boarding pass, no more picking up the phone. In future, I think it's going to be more common to actually put electronics and digital
as
things
part of your body,
as
right?
part of your body. And in innovation, you are in innovation in SAS, and I'm innovation in Social T. I think a key part in innovation is actually to be part of the experimentation. Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.